wine for the good start. Buongiorno, ciao tutti. Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here again. I'm Barbara, and if you don't know, I'm a Hungarian artist who has been living here in Italy for a while now. Well, for more than 4 years. I've been traveling a lot in the country. I was living in Macerata. I was studying there with a scholarship, and I was also a student in the Venice Accademia. Now I'm living in the nature, close to Venice, close to Padova, among hills and cornfields and tortoises and chickens. So I love it so much. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because now that it's summertime, a lot of my friends are writing to me, coming for holidays to Italy, and like they want to know like where to stay and what to eat and how to travel and what to watch and stuff like this. So I thought, okay, I'm making a video about this because probably it's easier to explain it, and I was thinking probably it's going to be useful for other people who I don't know, and they want to come here because it's summertime, and so everyone is coming here to this beautiful country. I should start with the most important thing is that if you're coming to Italy and you want the true Italian experience, you don't go to Venice, to Rome, to Milano, because they are the big cities. If you've never been to Italy, yeah, you should go to these places. But then come like in November, when there's relatively not so many people, because then you can't enjoy the city. I don't really into cities anymore, to be honest, because they are huge. There are too many people. First of all, like if you are going to go, we want to go to these places, then you should go to another channel, because I'm not going to talk about those places. First is, I think, is really important to talk about the travel itself. So it depends on where you're coming from, obviously, and which part of the country you want to go, because the country itself is quite big. Eventually it's really good to use train. We have this train called Trenitalia. It's fast train, but it's also like the cheapest one, and it's going around the country. It's really good. Like the whole country is based on the travel line. You are asking for the ticket. It's important to validate them with these green boxes before you get on the train. But to come here to the country, if you're coming from Europe, for example, you can use Flixbus. I really like Flixbus because I'm coming from Budapest. That is an 11-hour bus ride, which is a lot. It's a full day. But in that full day, I can work on the bus, which I really like, because they have plugs, they have internet, which is not the best one, but still I can edit a video, for example. They have toilet on it, so it's perfect. The other thing that I really like for travel is BlaBlaCar. BlaBlaCar is also really good because you can make some nice connections. It's really fast. When I'm talking about these things, you have to consider that how long are you going to stay? Like, are you staying for 4 days? Then you shouldn't come with Flixbus, obviously. But if you are coming for 2 weeks or something, then you can, make longer rides. It's good to know some words when you're coming here, especially in Italy. They don't really talk in other languages. I mean, can be some English, can be some French, but again, it depends on where you are going. Because in Venice, in Rome, of course, they are talking other languages. So it's nice to know some words. For example, probably everyone knows grazie, which is thank you, or prego, or per favore, so it's like please. Buongiorno. Parla inglese, like do you speak English? 2 cappuccini. Prendo 2 cappuccini. Un spritz, prego. I think basically everything is going to be about food. I'm so sorry, but this culture is basically about food, so everything is going to be surrounded by that. But it's important, because if you want to come here, why you're coming here? That's the question. Like, yes, of course, the place is beautiful, the art, the architecture, these are beautiful stuff. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is the nature, the sea, And the food, you're coming here for the food, no? If someone is coming here and saying that doesn't like fish, for example, or, or like, I don't like cheese or whatever, it's like, no. If you want to experience the true Italy, then you should definitely try everything what you can. The rules are really simple but really important. There are certain times when you can eat in a place. So there's the morning time where you can have breakfast, and then there's the lunch time, which starts from noon, kind of 12:30. It ends 2:30, 3. After 3, if you go to a restaurant, you're not going to have food. In Rome, you will, obviously. Evening, you have around 6, 7, you have the aperitivo. The aperitivo is when you have a spritz, a prosecco, some snacks, some chips, a bruschetta, what you have with your friends before dinner. And then usually Italians are eating quite late, around 9. So everything is really important when you're eating what. We can also talk about the fact that the afternoon everything is closed. Around noon, 12:30, everything is closed because it's lunchtime. After lunchtime, everything is open again around 3:30, 4. But in that time, when there's lunchtime, you shouldn't try to buy your stuff in that time. You should walk there. You should have the lunch and then have a walk or have a rest or whatever. What I totally recommend is that you're not going to places which called restaurants. You're more going to places which called trattoria. Trattoria are restaurants as well, but they have a different name because those are the places where the workers are going, so locals are going, which means you have good food there. I mean, you have good food obviously in restaurants, but the really good food is in the trattoria. The really good mood is in the trattoria. The really nice guests and waiters are in the trattoria. The price is much better because the restaurants are for tourists. So you should definitely go to that. So that's what you should search for when you are here. The other thing is that you should go to the countryside, because the point is that we think like, Rome and Venice is just so magical, and the people are so nice. And no, it's so not true. Everything is touristic, and they just want to suck out their money, and it's about tourists, and everyone is just tourists, and it's fast, and it is beautiful. They are beautiful places, obviously, but they are just museums at this point. But if you are going to the countryside, you will really experience what you see in movies. You will experience the dolce vita, because people are really nice in the countryside. They are going to remember you. When I go to the market, they are like, ciao Barbara, come stai? They are already, talking, like, what do you want? They know you, they remember you, and they appreciate you. It's not just, okay, I have to go to the post office and, send some letters, stuff like this. It's you will get the whole experience with it. In the countryside, you will have a better experience, also food-based, because they have more time, they are more relaxed, so the food is better. I tell you, it's like this. You should go to places which you don't find in the books of what you should visit in Italy. You will have the true Italian taste. And there are some rules, but what you should follow, because you should do what they are doing. I saw in a video that girls were talking about, like, I'm drinking wine with pizza. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's just horrendous. I will tell you, because it's really important. Pizza with wine doesn't taste good. Don't do that. With pizza, what you can drink with is water, Coke, and beer. those are the things which are taste really good with pizza, really good. But wine is horrible with pizza. Please don't do that. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying. Okay, I realized it, that it's really going to be just about food. I'm so sorry, but it's like that. Okay, when you are ordering a food, it's really important that you are asking thing which is on season. If you are in a restaurant, you're not going to ask risotto di zucca, pumpkin risotto in the middle of May or June. No, because pumpkin is growing in September, October. You should ask for seasonal food, because the seasonal food is the best food. And it's the same for the places. So if you are in the seaside, you should eat seafood, you should eat fish, because there the fish is amazing. Because imagine this, like the fish, if you are in the hills, you are not going to get that kind of fish what you can get next to the sea, because the fish has to travel all the way to the hills, 50 kilometers or more. So it's so much better to eat some local thing, because then you will have the most amazing food on the planet. There's obviously English toilet in a lot of places, but there's a few places where they have, I don't know if there's any name of it, but the toilets which are on the ground is my favorite type of public toilet. It's awesome because you don't have to touch anything, you're just squatting and you do your job, what nature wants you to do. I love that. Don't get scared of it, because it's weird for the first time, obviously, because if you haven't experienced this before, but it's awesome. I forgot to tell you here, if you want to use a public toilet, usually it costs €1 everywhere in Italy, but if you want to go to a bar, usually they don't let you to use it, well, in cities again, not in the countryside. Usually in the countryside they let you use the toilet, but if you buy a coffee, which is €1, like coffee, not cappuccino, no, it's an espresso, if you are asking for that, then they let you to use the bathroom. In Italy there's no such thing as tipping, but if you really want to tip, then because it's kind of included, there are some taxes which is included in the bill, so you shouldn't tip. If you really want to, then you should give it in cash. The plugs are different. I mean, they have the European plugs, but they still have, in a lot of places, they have the Italian plugs, so you should be careful about it. The discounts into places, into museums and stuff like this. Italians have discounts for students, but just under the age of 26. That's really important, because I get so mad so many times, but it's everywhere is like this, basically. I think that's it. I don't know if it was useful. I think that I said some useful stuff. I think what is the lesson here is that when you are traveling, wherever you are traveling around the world, you are open-minded and you're saying yes to everything. You're trying everything, because these experiences can totally change your mind. You change your mind and set and change the way you're thinking about stuff, because you can think, I don't like fish, but then it turns out that you just didn't like the fish what you get at your place, which is a totally different country from a totally different surroundings. Maybe your fish is living in sweet water, and sea fish is really different. We think we are someone. We think, we already know what we like, we don't like, and then traveling itself can change that so much. And I'm really glad that Italy did this with me in a lot of ways. So I hope I was a little bit useful. It was just a few points, but maybe I will make more videos about this, because there's a lot of other aspects, obviously, that are important in Italy. But if you are interested, then tell me, like put a like on the video, and tell me in the comment sections what you want me to talk about. And don't forget to subscribe, because I will talk about this kind of stuff in the future. And so yeah, thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Ciao.